Sue, and I'm doing book 21 from lines 1 through 245. My first key question is, what did Penelope suggest to the suitors and how does it demonstrate her love or belief to Odysseus? In line 78, Penelope tells to the suitors, "Listen to me, my overbearing friends. The only excuse that you can afford is your zest to win me as your bride. Here is the price at issue, right before you. Look, I set before you the great bow of King Odysseus now, the hand that can string this bow with greatest ease, that shoots an arrow can through all 12 axes. He is the man I follow. Yes, forsaking this house where I was once a bride." Penelope suggested the suitors that she will be married with a guy who strings the bow and shoots it through the 12 axes. However, there is a big secret underneath it. The fact is that only Odysseus can handle the bow and string it. No one else can do it. So this demonstrates Penelope's unforgetful love and belief that Odysseus will come back and gain the authority as a king and as a husband for sure. This is a significant key point. My second key question is, what was Laodicea's prediction about the contest and how does it reflect the shape of the contest? In lines 174 to 181, Laodice, one of the suitors, says to the others, saying, "Here is a bow to rob our best of life and breath, all our best contenders. Still, better be that than live on here, never winning the prize that tempts us all forever in pursuit, burning with expectation every day. If there's still a suitor here who hopes, who aches to marry Penelope, Odysseus' wife, just let him try the bow. He'll see the truth." Leodice was the first person who was failed to string the bow. When he tried to shoot, he assumed that nobody but Odysseus can marry Penelope. This reflects the shape of the contest by not allowing the suitors to be the husband of Penelope. Using this fact, the readers can guess that Odysseus will try to be one of the people who try to shoot the bow, and he will finally regain the power by showing that Odysseus is not that yet. My third key question is, what did the cowherds say when Odysseus went close to them, and how does it reflect people's hope in Ithaca? From lines 228 through 233, the lines show the cowherds' loyalty to Odysseus. They say, "Bring my prayer to pass. Let the master come. Some god guide him now. You'd see my power, my fighting arms in actions." They wish their kings to come back. The people in Ithaca recognizes that suitors are wasting the money, including all the taxes and all the important things in the country, and because of it, they are outraged, hoping Odysseus' return. This reflects the people's hope well by showing how Odysseus is trustworthy to the people and the relationship between Odysseus and the people.
So this is Reagan, and I'm doing the end of book 21, so lines 245 to 240, or 244. And the passages I have to read closely are when Penelope seems to suspect it's Odysseus in the beggar disguise, and the irony when Eurymachus explains what actually does happen, and when he's just being sarcastic about it, and when Penelope makes sure that Odysseus gets a chance with the bow and to compete to be her husband. The key questions I have are what does Penelope say to Antinous, and how does this hint that she may suspect the beggar is Odysseus? So Penelope says that okay. She gets mad at Antinous and saying how impolite he is and how it's impolite of him to talk about the beggar that way, and kind of saying that he never dreamed of such a thing, and that just kind of standing up for Odysseus and saying that he does actually have a chance. What does Odysseus offer Coward and Swineherd, and why does he do this? He offers them land and women to marry, and he does this to earn their trust and to get people on his side for when he comes back and for when he kills the suitors. What are his men's reactions to seeing him and finding out that he was the beggar, and how does it show the respect? They break out into tears and they hug him and kiss him, and this shows their respect for him because their extreme reaction shows that they missed him and that they're glad that he's back and stuff. So that shows that they deeply respected him as a king.
So this is Katie talking about the beginning of book 22. And so for my first key question, I said, what is the suitor's reaction to Odysseus killing Antinous, and why do they react this way? So at the very start of the book, my first passage actually that I wrote down, Odysseus kills Antinous. And the suitors are like, oh, no, you didn't. So they're like shocked. And it says right here, the suitors burst into uproar all throughout the house when they saw their leader down. They leapt from their seats. So they were so upset. And they reacted this way because Antinous was sort of like their leader and their sort of like commander. And he told them what to do and how to act and all that. And so that is the answer to that question. My second question is, what do the suitors do to find weapons, and how does Odysseus react when seeing them with the weapons? So this also has to do with the third passage I said to reread. And so this is on page 444. And basically, so the suitors, they watched when Telemachus went and got weapons for himself and Odysseus. So they watched him, and they were watched where he went, and then one of them was able to find it and get in because Telemachus left the door open in all the rush. And so Odysseus then kind of was really like freaking out. Like, he was really worried. It says here, Odysseus' knees shook, his heart too, when he saw them buckling on their armor, brandishing long spears. Here was a battle looming. So he was like freaking out almost and was like, wait, what? Because he was so sure that this was going to be an easy fight, and he was so sure that the weapons were going to be stored away, and so seeing them with the weapons kind of freaked him out a little bit. So for my third question, I said, what does Athena disguise herself as, and how does this unfold their plan to kill the suitors? So that correlates with my fourth passage, and we don't exactly know who that is, and it unfolds their plan. So this is all a part of their plan. So on page 445, she comes up as mentor, and Odysseus has a feeling that it's Athena, and so he yells out. He's like, hey, come join my side of the fight. And then the suitors are like, no, mentor, don't go over there. Come with us. And so the suitors think they're planning to plot revenge on Odysseus, and they think that mentor's a part of their team, but really it's just Athena sort of tricking them and making them think that she's on their side. And later, Athena even taunts Zeus, and he's like, and Mentor, well, Athena is like asking like, you're not a fighter and all this stuff, and is like taunting him, just to like sort of be a part of the plan and sort of fake out the suitors so that they think that she's on their side, but she's not. And that is the answer for the third question. So now on to Maddie.
All right. Hey guys, this is Maddie, and I will be doing book 22, lines 264 to 527. Now, my first passage to reread closely is Athena's interference, 267 to 277. And my key question here is, what does Athena do to help Odysseus, and how is this an example of comic action to help Odysseus retain his free will? In this part, Athena basically blocks all the spears that are coming straight at Odysseus. And this is an example of comic action because it is feminine action by Athena to help Odysseus. And he retains his free will for this because, number one, he's not dead anymore. And it allows him to gain this confidence to go and lead all his followers now, and it allows him to make a choice of, what's he going to do now? Is he going to run away? He's going to attack them? He's going to do some clever plot twists? It lets him choose what he wants to do in this situation because it gives him the confidence to take charge, and he's not dead. My second part is the cowherd's loyalty, 299 to 305. This is a small little bit, but I asked, who does the cowherd kill, and why is this a significant moment in the cowherd's life and for the plot? Now, earlier in the books, it talks about how, Odysseus is going to completely flip around the social standing and make these cowherds like almost equal with his son, the prince. And, if all he has to do is show that he's loyal and help fight. Well, in this moment, the cowherd just killed one of the suitors. And it's a major moment for the cowherd because, now Odysseus can give him all this money. He's giving him a nice wife. He's not going to be a servant anymore. And it's like, boom, complete social standing flip. And it's critical for the plot because it shows that, that these followers really are loyal to him. Like, they went into battle and they've killed for him. And my third last point is the women's deaths, all the servants and, the whores, whatever you want to call them. It's how many women are killed and in what manner. Furthermore, why is it necessary for Odysseus to kill the women? Now, there was 50 women that were taken and killed, and they were all hung. They were all hung by noose. And while it seems like a rather brutal way to die and such, it's necessary for Odysseus to kill the woman because in this moment they would be blocking some of like Penelope's power, because at the same time, like, they're constantly, how to say this properly, they're constantly like against Penelope and against Odysseus, and by keeping them in the kingdom without any punishment would make them kind of a loose cannon. They would spread rumors and knowledge and all these different things about Odysseus and Penelope. And this is something Odysseus can't have. It's kind of like your final closing mark. Like, anyone that went against me or was associated with these horrible, horrible suitors is dead. They're gone. Like, it's kind of like, I'm in charge now. There's no one else that you can get the gossip or the knowledge about. Like, it's Odysseus and Penelope. End of story. So, those are my points this time for book 22. This is Maddie Green again. And that's it. Thanks for listening.